Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments or your questions Manchester United related, please, people. And it is the Friday edition of the show as well. So I'm joined by my bro from the best coast, which is the West Coast. Eddie is in the building. What are you telling me, Eddie? You good?
You already know what it is. Another day, another statement here at Manchester United Football Club. Nobody does it better than us. You know what I'm talking about? Hey man, we got all the templates. You dig? I don't want to get into what the templates got to be used for, but we got them. We got them
We
if
got
you
enough
need them.
templates, man.
Holla at your boys. Holla at your boys over here at
we got
Manchester United Football Club. The real statement templates. I'm out here selling.
oh.
We sell kits. We sell footballs and we sell incident templates. You ever know your club is in an issue? We got you. We got you over here.
We really do, yo. We really do. We
Crazy,
got templates for
crazy.
everything,
We
man.
got templates for everything,
You
man.
know what's crazy is we released so many statements. I forgot about the statement today. I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah. We got the statements for the statements. What?
We got so many statements.
What up, though? All
Oh,
my real ones in the chat, man. Too many
oh.
today, but yeah, what up, though?
Large up the chat. And Warrior J, man, big up. I seen what you dropped at the start in regards to the injury updates as well. And he said he can't be around today. But hey, big up to you, man. See you in the watch along tomorrow. Big up, Warrior J. Stephanie G, I see you. Big up. Big up to Jesse as well, who says, big up Flawless. And he also said, when are we starting Pro Clubs Flawless? I told man I'll be there. As soon as I actually cop the game, I've not bought the new FIFA yet. However, I'm not sure when I'm going to buy it just because of all the football that is coming up. So in regards to it, plus I don't really want to spend the 60 odd pound on it. I think that's just complete rip off for a game. I'm not gonna lie. I see it now and I was like, what? I was like, I can go shopping with that. I can put down
You
gas on the leg.
did. You
I was
did.
like, I was like, yo, I went shopping today. I went food shopping today. It didn't come up to that much. What are we doing? But
It's
all
crazy.
jokes aside, Jesse, what position do you play, Jesse? On Pro Clubs? Let me know. And that's to anyone else as well, because I will hold quote unquote open trials for the Pro Clubs team for you lot. So yeah, I will definitely. That's to anyone who wants to join the Pro Clubs team. Always looking for talent. Big up to DR as well. Good to see you in the chat. Daniel Doncaster Rovers in the building. Jesse, I see
Yeah,
you.
what up, though?
Andy MU. Sheik, I see you. Muhammad MUFC, time to shine. I see you as well. Large up everyone in the chat. Let's bump up these likes though, because we're even at double figures and there's over 20 people in here. So let's bump up the likes first
Yeah.
and foremost. Bump up the likes, share this across all of the socials, all them social media apps you are active on, and subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. Big up my guy Rums in the cut as well. Large up
Big
again, Rums. Happy
Ron.
belated, man. Shout out Rums, man. It was his birthday a few days ago.
Oh,
Happy
say
belated, man.
less. Say
Big
less.
up to
Happy birthday,
Rums.
my boy.
You know what I'm saying? But large up to Rums every single time. But yeah, as you can see from the title, people, Eddie already mentioned in regards to another day, another statement. And Lisandro Martinez out for 2 to 3 months. Injuries pile up for Manchester United Football Club. So Eddie, your thoughts on Martinez being out for an extended period of time?
Shout out to 50 when it rains, it pours, dog. It is what it is. I'm getting numb to it. But we already knew like what he had been going through. We knew he just wasn't the same guy. He didn't have the same level of tenacity. Especially when you're a smaller guy like him, the eyeballs are already on you.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing for Manchester United, and we've talked as much cash shit about him as we've talked about, that other bum who plays for Tottenham that happens to be Argentinian, and we've compared and contrasted. The vultures were lurking, and so when he started out slow, even the Arsenal crowd was lurking, looking for something to kind of bash him over the head with, and you can look at his performance and say, yeah, here we go. And you just, I thought we were past this as a club where we're not, playing players when they're injured, but it seems as though, that Norwegian fraud dropped the baton and Eric Ten Hag said I could pick it up from here. You feel me? So but let me not do that. Maybe the manager had no clue. I'm just in my emotions right now. Let me chill. But yeah, it just sucks, bro. I'm gonna miss it. But I'm gonna miss him. But I hope the next time we see him, he's at his absolute best,
That's true.
and we can maybe make something great out of this second half of the season when he comes back.
That's what I'm hoping for in regards to that he does indeed, he gets back to his best. It is such a big blow that he's out for this extended period of time, but once he's back to old self. Like, that's what we want. We need the original Martinez, because it's no excuse for his poor performances, but at least we now have a reason. At least we now know that it was injury, because people are looking at it like, oh, is it one season? Has he been found out? Has something else? And we now know that it is due to injuries, because you're not playing 1 minute and then you're out for 2 to 3 months. Like, something's not right. And I did read something, I'm not sure how true it is, stating that he's had this like injury since the Arsenal game. So we know how long that's been, because that's where the whole Jadon Sancho scenario started. So hopefully hopefully whether it's Lindelof, whether it's Maguire next to Varane, they can play well. They can deputize well up until that point, because we're going to need him. Me and Eddie was talking about it beforehand. If we do indeed get out of this Champions League group, which I think we actually will get out of the group, Martinez is going to be needed for not even last stages, for those knockout stages, especially if we draw a good team. To Justice, who says, what happens when Varane picks up his next injury? Then we're in trouble. We're back in trouble, Justice. If Varane gets injured, we're back in trouble. But I'm hoping he can stay as available as he was last season, because I have no problem with his availability last season. He actually stayed fit for the vast majority, but people overlook that.
Yeah.
Some of the time he didn't play, he was actually being rested.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
Remember, there was the Leeds game, because he got rested before both Barcelona ties. One of them was Leeds, and the other one, I can't remember who we played. It might have been Leicester, but I can't remember.
The crazy part was it was Sevilla using that judge, and I just remember we went up 2-0. I think he went down, and then Martinez went down, and it went 2-2. And it was just like the season we were just holding on by a thread at that point of the season. So the hope is that, again, these guys come back healthy and better than ever. But, just a part of this shit. And I don't think it's been talked about enough how much football is being required of these guys to play when you consider national duty as well. Like, I feel kind of bad for them, because I think this is like the only sport where they getting every bang for their buck like that. Well, I guess, the NBA, you play 82 games, playing a back-to-back. But even them, it's not like you have a bit more restraint, right? You're not gonna play the full 48 minutes. There's less rest periods, of course, so it kind of equates the wear and tear between the two. But yeah, to have these guys have these international games in the middle of fucking Lord knows what. We just had Euros the other summer. Now they're going to get back in the Euros. We just had the World Cup during the season. Then you're going to talk about the Nations League. Then you're going to talk about this qualification. It's like, shit, at this point, you might as well have him play FIFA to get the shit over with. It's really about. You might as well just like, the human body can only go through so much, It's fair. I feel bad for them. And people say, "Oh yeah, they're millionaires," but shit, they're humans too. You can at least have some empathy. Like, what if your boss said, "Yo, you're not even trained for this shit"? If you're in the chat, so I know it'll be funny as hell. What if your boss said, "Hey, run around the parking lot, get it going right now. Come back. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Tomorrow we'll do it again. Tomorrow we'll do it again." It's just gonna wear on you. Your body's not gonna be able to hold up.
No facts.
So it was only a matter of time that, unfortunately, a lot of these players are having these soft tissue injuries, these stress related injuries. Because anytime you have a foot break, more times than not, it's stress related. And so, I think, just to end it on this, like, we're dealing with a lot of that in the youth basketball setup, right? You're seeing a lot of these kids, before they even enter the league, they do the test and their knees are damn near 30 years old because of how much running they be doing, right? Their feet, if they don't have the proper shoe, their feet break easy, so then they have a whole season to sit out. So yeah, I think sports needs to take a real look at itself and ask yourself, are we going to have a product? Because I know they only care about the business, but you need a good product to get business. And if the things that make your product great are continually off the shelves, you're not going to make no money off that. So I don't know if they got to expand the squads what they got to do, they really have to study this and come to a solution, because this will be a continuous occurrence if this is how we're playing. How many games are going to be playing?
No, I hear that. I fully hear what you're saying in regards to that. And Warrior J put it here: LISANDRO Martinez out for an extended period with a foot injury, probably looking at around 2 to 3 months. That's from Assist Tony 67 on Twitter. And also as well, there was another comment. Hold up, but it was it was from Warrior J, who dropped in the comment, and it was, did I even star it? No, I didn't star it, people. But basically, we're saying how Martinez, he knew he wasn't. Ten Hag knew he wasn't 100% fit, and hopefully we do see him 100% fit. So it's not no news. I bet Martinez said, "I'll play for it for the team," which I understand and I respect. Yeah, you're a soldier, and Ten Hag would have known. And when you look at the other options, it goes to show why. But it's just a shame that he was indeed injured, but he'll get the rest because we're going to need him. Like I said, from January onwards, from January to May, that period is going to be vitally important. And if we are on for any trophies, I expect us to still be in the Carabao Cup. Obviously, FA Cup starts in January. They're the two realistic trophies we can win. Got to go for it. And just injuries just continue to pile up. And as we see here, Warrior J says Reguilon has sustained an injury and may not return for Manchester United before next month international break. I don't even know what his injury is. That's the crazy part.
Damn.
I know he was ill.
And I remember, I think it was a hammy because I saw him.
It was a hamstring.
Yeah, I saw him pull up. Didn't we get some new physio?
Yeah, we did get some new physio.
Fuck, send his ass back wherever the hell he came from, man.
I think it was it the Arsenal one? I think everyone was talking about him. I think it was Arsenal.
They put a sleeper cell in our motherfucking camp, dog.
I think it was Arsenal.
This motherfucker trying to get us up out of here. Arsenal trying to beat us the long way. Okay, Paul, that's crazy. We gonna move though. But that dog, this I can't have this, bro. I can't have this.
I think so. I remember we did get a new physio. The chat will let us know anyway. I swear it was Arsenal though. Hey, chat, let us know, please. One of you lot in the chat will know better than me. But yeah, see, Jez said it. Arsenal doctor, large up Jez as well.
Shout out to my dog, Jez.
Big up Jez. And yeah, Tom Hamid, of course, this is Manchester United again, failing to prepare in the summer. Very similar to the Sancho situation. This is the same thing. We should have went and got a centre-back of quality, and Martinez missing would have been a big issue, but it wouldn't have been as big of an issue. Now we're left with Varane, Lindelof, Maguire, Evans.
Hey,
that should never be the fault.
Did you see apparently we're linked to Chiesa from Juventus?
Yeah, thoughts on that from me. I did see that, yes.
It's a fucking bold-faced lie if I've ever seen it. Nice try. Nice try. You think we forgot about let me not make jokes about the situation, but you think we forgot about Antony still on the team? Where is he gonna play? You gonna put him over Rashford? You gonna put him on the bench? Fuck out of here. You tried it. Nice try. Nice try, United PR. I see right through it though. Yeah,
with Chiesa. Yeah, and that being said, Antony is indeed back in the squad, which I thought was strange because I actually read the statement, and then it said and it was like, oh, the investigation is still ongoing. So I said, all right, the investigation is still ongoing. Why bring him back? This is a bad error. People, that's not me saying he's guilty.
Right.
Pardon me, people. I'm not saying he's guilty. That's me saying, why put that type of pressure on him and the club while he's still under investigation for it? Now not wait for it to come to a conclusion. And if he is found not guilty, then bring him back. Why are we bringing him back? Why?
Because the manager can't read the fucking room. Let's just call it how it is. I mean, dog, he's had a hell of a start to this season, my dude. Oh my God, bro. Because it's like, even now they're totally different situations, but I think the overhanging principle is how you deal with player management, right? And let's say accountability. Let's say the overall principle is accountability.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Greenwood situation. Mm-hmm. That shit looks so bad on the club. It's going to be a minute before people honestly start to respect us in a manner in which they once did.
That is true.
That was like a real to the last second. Like they tried to pull a buzzer beater and bring him back into the squad.
They tried it, yo.
They tried it. But we had Giannis at the rim, dog. It's off the glass. We beat it's over with, right? And so then you have that. Then you have Sancho, right? Sancho can't go to the canteen, all the kitchen. Brother can't even say hi to the tea lady. He's real. There's a real petty shit going on, and I know petty because I'm a bit petty myself. Then you got this Antony situation,
Yeah.
and like you said, is it so hard to wait for the police in both Brazil and the UK to say, listen, we verified everything, we've come to a conclusion, this is our conclusion, then bring him in?
Yeah, and this is it, V1, because you said what was I gonna say in regards to has he been charged? So he's not been charged, but it's so look, this is the actual statement. Since allegations were first made in June, Antony has cooperated with police inquiries in both Brazil and the UK, and he continues to do so. As Antony's employer, Manchester United, have decided that he will resume training at Carrington and will be available for selection while police inquiries proceed. This will be kept under review pending further developments in the case. As a club, we condemn acts of violence and abuse. We recognize the importance of safeguarding all those involved in the situation and acknowledge the impact of these allegations have on survivors of abuse. So even though he's not been charged, the investigation, like it says here, is still ongoing. This will be kept under review pending further developments in the case. So the case is still ongoing. Again, I'm not saying he's guilty. I'm saying for Antony's sake, the manager's sake, and the club's sake, why bring him back while this is still ongoing? For him to then get charged or new information comes out and it's now a story. Say, for example, another new information comes out in regards to that case, or a new woman comes forward or something. You're just putting him in. Why are you putting a microscope on him? Why? I'm saying on the club. And let's say he is charged and then is arrested. If he was arrested and he's on the leave of absence, it wouldn't be as impactful as if he's playing. I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's again in V1. We appreciate the engagement, but here's the thing: we're not even speaking on that part. Okay, we're speaking on how this makes the club look.
Yeah.
We're not saying terminate his contract. We're not saying sell him. I mean, you could sell him. He could be innocent. But we are not in a situation. We have literally just gotten through the Mason Greenwood situation. It does not make sense. Ethically, from a business standpoint, to have a player who is also associated with such instances in your match day fixture squad, whatever you want to call it, that way people can then speculate on what he has up next. We're just saying, give it some time. He can train on his own. We can, again, if you want to give him the tools to train on his own, that's fair. But the publicity is what we're talking about.
Yeah, and also
again, we always say, my fault. I used to finish.
That's cool. Carry on.
We Flawless and I have had this conversation a million times with John in the chat. At the end of the day, you weren't there. I wasn't there. He wasn't there. Ten Hag wasn't there. We don't know. The justice system is going to give you their perspective, but we, in many cases, can understand that the justice system doesn't always get it right.
That's true.
But from a legal perspective, the way this shit is set up, you have to respect that because that's the only body that's situated to handle these issues. They didn't give you a whole bunch of money and make you the private investigator to go get that shit figured out.
Yeah, that's it. And that's where I'm at with it in regards to it. I'm not saying he's, again, don't get mistaken. I'm not saying
he's putting guilt on him.
Yeah, I'm not saying he is. I'm saying protect him. That's the point I'm making, people. I'm saying why put him in the firing line? Why? The last thing he needs is more eyeballs on him in this scenario. And he could be innocent. He could 110% be innocent. I don't know. I've not seen enough. There's been no real info. There's not been enough information in regards to me to say, all right, he is innocent or he isn't innocent. I'm saying don't bring him back for his own sake yet. I'm not saying banish him. I'm saying if he wants to come in and train, cool. I'm just saying why bring him back? I don't get it. Why pour fuel on a fire? Look at what is going on with Manchester United. And you want to add Antony into the mix with this whole situation going on.
With this kind of case, if like again, people, if they said he might have been pushing weight, that's one thing. Okay, hey man, hey, everybody got to get out they can get it. But we talk about something completely different.
Yeah, like
And
I'm
we
just saying,
see,
go get
brother,
it.
listen. V1, let's not be combative with this situation. Let's just think about it rational. Let's just be smart about this. If you got caught for stealing, let's say you got caught for stealing, and you're trying to show other people that you're not a thief, what sense does it make for you to start meeting people with a thief right by your side? Like, hey man, this is my name. Woo, woo, woo. This is my friend. Woo, woo. He stole, but I don't steal. I know you think I might have stole, but yeah, I didn't steal it. But he steal. Like, no, we can't. It's not smart. Just move rationally, bro. That's it.
I'm saying this shouldn't be a conversation. Like we're putting him under the spotlight and in the firing line unnecessarily. Like I really don't get the move. Forget the player. I'm not even talking about the quality of the player. This could be our best player. This could be our worst player. I'm saying help him.
Help him.
Help him. Help the club. Help the team. Like what is the best? Even if he joins back and his form takes a drastic turn and he starts performing from phenomenal. And V1 says Antony hasn't been caught for nothing. Prove it, please.
We move on. We're moving on.
Yeah, we're going to move on. But yeah, just to clarify to V1 and everyone else, we're not saying, just to clarify, we are not saying he's guilty of anything because he's not guilty of anything. What we're saying is, why put him in the spotlight? That's all. That's the only thing I'm saying. It makes no sense to me to do that. But hey, Manchester United Football Club, we do a lot of things.
He don't want to listen. He don't want to listen.
Yeah,
you done said a bunch of times we're not saying he's guilty. I done said a bunch of times you're not saying he's guilty. Now you want to talk about proving.
No one's saying prove it. I'm just let the authorities do what they need to do. Big up to Justice. Says y'all are sending back Reguilon back in January. You're keeping him. I'd keep him alone. If he's here to the end of the season, I'd loan him till the end of the season. Like, why not? He played in them 2 games. Was it 3 games? Played well. Cool. And the way Luke Shaw moves, Malacia, I don't know what the injury is with Malacia, but there's not even no reports in regards to Malacia. I don't even know, 1, what the injury is, 2, when he's on his way back. And the way our injuries are piling up, yes, I would 110% keep Reguilon alone till the end of the season. Yeah. Go ahead, Eddie. What you say?
I mean, shit. I'm not seeing Luke Shaw thanks to him and the injury. So I've been, having pull up the whole season. Then we get a left back in the summer. Luke Shaw can go sell them magpies they be selling in the stands and shit. You can be close to the food. It's not Luke Shaw, brother. Hey, I have a low bar. I got a low bar.
The bars low. Man said the magpies that we selling in the stands.
Yeah, man, get one of them boxes. Have him pass them out, man. Yeah, man. So you can burn off some calories that way if you like eating the product, man.
Hey, Marshall, pick up to you before we could.
Yeah.
Hey, there's over 50 of you locked in right now. Big up. Let's bump up the likes though. Like check 1 2 1 2. Like check 1 2 1 2. We're only at 18 likes. Get us up to 40 likes, people. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel as well, man. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're aiming to get to 8,240. That is the net subscriber mark. I'm just refreshing the screen. So if you're clearly here watching, enjoying the content, or you're watching this back after the live, hey, make sure people hit the subscribe button. We're at 8,239. 1 more, get us to 8,240 and get us up to 40 likes as well, people. Get us up to 40 likes. Continue to get your questions in. Just keep them Manchester United related. And of course, if you super chat, we'll get to your question as well. And like Corey said here, Corey B, big up for the super chat. Says, yeah, it tells you all you need to know. I'm just going to say, yes, Manchester United did invite a child predator to a game. How can we get more stupid? That's just typical Manchester United for you. That's just us.
God damn, I ain't even know that.
Did you not know that, fam? Yeah. It was the manager, I believe, of like the women's team from like 1980 to like the early 2000s or something like that. This is recent. Yeah. We put
you got caught up in all that shit.
Yeah. You missed that. We put our statement about that too. This was a couple weeks back. Yeah.
Hey, brother, I was just joking. Now, for mine, I'm not associated with them things. Hey, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. You know what I'm talking about? I got no clue what's going on at United.
Yeah. It's like that's just what we do. But yeah, I remember that one. And everyone was just like, this is just bad. It's like there's no one there with just common sense. Like, this isn't even football related. You know what I'm saying?
There's really no one there. There's really no one there. You know what I think? I swear to God, I think Arnold and Murtaugh, the only 2 people with keys, and they just be walking that bitch alone in that bitch. Because the owners ain't there. We know they not there for sure.
You easy, but yeah, Corey, big up for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. Much
Oh
appreciated.
yeah, he was doing jail time too.
Yeah,
Shout out Zenyatta.
yeah, he got convicted. He got convicted.
Oh yeah. Hey
Yeah.
man, these dudes got to go. We out here moving
It's
crazy.
crazy. It is. And like DR said, big up to DR said, smash the like and sub. Justice says, I thought Reguilon was only a 6-month loan like Cucurella would have been. I'm not sure. Let us know in the chat. I just presumed it was a season-long loan. And you know what? Because I didn't want him, I didn't even look into it too tough in regards to his deal. If there's an option to buy, if there's an obligation to buy, the length of the deal, who's paying wages, even though he's done well in the first 3 games he's played in. But I'm not sure. But if that's the case, I would extend the loan. Why not? I would definitely extend the loan and give him till the end of the season to see where he's at, because he's going to be needed with the way our injuries are piling up. Why not, man? You've got no left back currently. You know what I'm saying?
And then even when we supposedly have a left back, we really don't. So it's tough. You know.
And to this, because people have mentioned this as well, Flawless, you think maybe the Glazers are targeting people on high wages, De Gea and El Sancho? No. I just think the vast majority of our players, our team's not good enough. So they're being moved
convenient.
on. Yeah, like
I don't think it's convenient, but it's a bit too conspiracy theorist for me.
Yes, because I keep saying this. What player on high wages would you keep?
Yeah, right now I'm keeping Sancho, but that's in my building.
Yeah, like, that's in your building. Yeah,
for the United situation, like nah, just get out. Yeah, it's on some real. What's that? Homegirl got the tea, and my boy trying to fight off the spell. Yeah, Sancho, get up out of there, coach. Get up out of there.
Are you talking about get out in it? That's what it is.
Oh,
You're talking about get. Yeah, that's crazy. But no, I don't think they are. Like, there's a reason De Gea's still not got a club. There's a reason for that. De Gea's not got a club. Ronaldo's only offer was Saudi Arabia. Who else did we? I don't even like. I'm glad we're lowering the wage bill. It needs to be lowered because our wage bill is way too high for our performances. You know what I'm saying? Like, our performances don't match the wage bill. Yeah, Stephanie G said it, not good enough and pay too much. Great combo. Not like that's just what it is. Like, lower the wage bill. I'm saying, I don't even think our players who are on like the middle, like the middle of the wage bill, I don't even think they deserve that. Look at our performances. Look at some of our performances. Like, so no, I don't think the Glazers, to tell you the truth, I don't think the Glazers are paying attention to what's going on in regards to football. So I don't think they're looking at it and going, right, De Gea's on big wages, get him off. Same with Sancho's on big wages, get him out of the club. No, I don't think they're looking at it like that. I don't think they know we're playing tomorrow. I don't think they know that we just played against Palace in the League Cup. I don't think they have a clue, to be honest. I don't think they're paying attention. If you ask them to name, you said, name was your like 11 from the last game, they couldn't tell you. Or if you said, who's your top goal scorer this season, I don't think they could tell you anything about the footballing aspect of the club. They're not watching games. No. When the Glazers sat at home watching, I genuinely don't believe they are sat at home watching games. I don't. Hey, big up Jacob, United Spurs of America for the
Jacob, my dog.
Large up Jacob, man. Big up all the Spurs dons who have just come over, everyone else who's come over from that channel as well. And yeah, you know what, Jess? You said you got Amrabat at left back. Hey, Amrabat might be our best left back. He may be the best left back at the football club. It's a debate. So I have no issue with him at left back. The only issue I have with him at left back that we can't put him in midfield.
In that role, whenever it was we played Tuesday, was it?
Yes, Tuesday against Palace. Yeah,
he played left back, but then there was positions where he was just the deep line midfielder. So it looked good.
True.
And I think what he offered is a lot of diversity in the way that we set up, and I think that's what Ten Hag wants. And I just didn't. Brother was tenacious when he played; like he was actively engaged in the game from start to whenever he got out of there. So it'll definitely be a tougher task for him having to cover, what Crystal Palace will offer. Because I mean, listen, you talk about team try hard, fucking hell. Crystal Palace is just straight up team try hard. Like they might not be able to finish, but you've seen how they have Casemiro had to yoke somebody up because he was doing a little bit too much last game. Like you've seen it last season, he got the red. But yeah, Amrabat's cool. I think it'll definitely be, and then we got to deal with Eze. So there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot on his plate, and it's gonna have to be a full team effort for us to really get something out of this game. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think I do think the conversation already can be had is he's our best fullback,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I think
You
that
know what? It's definitely
conversation
a debate.
yeah,
It's
it
definitely.
definitely is, bro. Like Delo was doing his thing going forward, but I'm already knowing what is with Delo. Like, listen, dog, he got his shoes look tied together sometimes when he's defending. You feel me? So I ain't worried about IU. Shout out to Grandpapa IU. I ain't nobody worried about IU,
Yeah,
bro.
I ain't worried about IU. Eze's the
Eze's
danger
the
man.
one.
He's the
Eze's the one.
even when he got on the pitch in that game, even though they were 3-0 down, there's a couple times,
Crazy.
a couple things, and you go, he's clearly the danger man. But I expect us to
Yeah.
do business. Jacob, again, big up for the super chat. Hey, everybody here, make sure if you're not subscribed to this great channel, United Spurs, in particular, if you're a Spurs fan, well, make sure you
I don't
subscribe.
think Elise is playing. I think he's still
You
out.
know,
I think he's still out till October.
is he injured? All right,
Yeah, I remember he messed up his hamstring again. But did he play last game? Somebody let me know.
I know he didn't play. I don't know if he was on the bench, but he didn't play. He didn't play against us in on Tuesday. They didn't.
Right.
And big up Norfolk Bay as well. Says evening, leaving a like. Hey, much appreciated. And everyone, make sure you bump up the likes as well.
Shout out to the VA. Shout out to the VA.
Love that. But there's over 100 of you lot in here, and we're only at 28 likes. What is this conversion rate? What are we doing, people?
Man, y'all pulling up for the level,
Pulling
man.
up.
Appreciate y'all, man.
But you lot gotta hit that like button. It's free.
Yeah,
That's all we're asking
that's
for.
the big thing. Yeah,
Hit
do
the
that.
like button, man. 50 likes, people. Mods, get everybody liking, please. And make sure you subscribe. We're at 8,240. Make sure you hit the subscribe. 8,241. 4 more subscribers. Get us to 8,245. Continue to get your questions in. Just keep them Manchester United related. Because of your super chat, we'll get to your comment and question as well, people. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Elise is out. I'm not worried about their attack. Just Eze. You know what I'm saying? Like Eze is the one but I still expect Manchester United to do the business. Actually, Eddie, but your thoughts on that? Because we've spoken on it, but not in depth. The game in the League Cup where we put in our best performance comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Of the season so far.
It was dope. It was dope to see, us retain the ball, dictate the play that was going on. And just to see that style of play was refreshing off of what we've been seeing for the past couple games. And whether or not that's a byproduct of two brothers not being on the pitch, I don't want to speculate, but I have agendas to push anyway. So fuck yeah, it was. Now I'm playing. I ain't gonna do that. It's just I wonder how he tells the players who put in that type of performance that some of you guys are gonna sit for these guys. And I've always prayed for a manager who at United would at least preach accountability and keep maintaining the standard. People who have watched us on this podcast know I'm not Garnacho's biggest fan, but I was a fan of his performance. And would I like to see what he can do with a bit more resistance? I know I've said he's not a starter, but at this point, I think he's earned the right to at least be on that pitch. And if it goes wrong, have a quick hook. I think, Martial was fine. Scored a hell of a goal, but that's the unfortunate thing with Anthony Martial. He can make you so much of a believer, and then the moment you start believing, the hamstring is cooked.
Yep.
That was it last season. Like coming from, I'll never forget it, the preseason, right? Cooking. Get to I think like the third game, my brother is on IR. Like nothing ever. Like he was just it was crazy, and that was the case. Everything. Then he could never get his legs underneath him. So I enjoyed that performance, and I just think that he's gonna show me a lot. This manager is gonna show me a lot with the decisions with that starting 11. I think Amrabat is already penciled in though. I think that's the one that we can look at for sure and be like, yeah, he's gonna be there. I think Maguire didn't make any mistakes, which at this point we just say, okay, you did your job. Mason Mount, I don't I don't know what people saw to say he had a good performance. I'm just saying I don't know what he like. I didn't really see it. But I don't even think you want to put him back on the pitch that quick after he had just worked his way to getting fit.
Well, he got 45, so he could do that again. Where we give him
I think that's the perfect way to go. I do think that's the perfect way
hopefully
to
it
go.
wasn't, because if he performs like that, then I'll have no complaints.
You
Hopefully
had
it
to,
wasn't.
so you thought he did well.
Yeah, like he did, like moving the ball well. My biggest criticism of Mount is like, because outside of him creating the chance for the first goal, because it was his crossfield pass to Hannibal, he did that 3-4 times. I'm like, okay, Mount, like if you continue to, but my issue is with that is we've seen players, not him, but we've seen other players in this team do that, and then they don't do that. We've seen Bruno do that. Bruno will hit a top quality pass and play well in the game, Nottingham Forest, for example, and then they'll play against Bayern Munich. And he disappears, and you're just like, I need Mount now to back this up if he does indeed get the start. But go on, fam, carry on.
Consistency, right? Consistency. Kaneki, that's funny. See, that's one of my bars. The train well is one of my bars. You stole my whole flow, Kaneki. I don't appreciate it. But and I think from Palestri, I think Palestri was solid. I don't think he did anything, spectacular, but I do think that what he did well was allowed Delo to be effective putting in the crosses, because I think Delo was the one who found the cross to Garnacho for the first goal. And so what I know, and again, it was just beautiful to see, and I've been saying it since preseason. The second team play football. The first team trick y'all. They just be running around a lot, and somehow we get a goal, right? So he has to find the balance. He honestly has to find the balance with these squads of Rashford. Pick your head up. You know your head's down when I'm on TV and I can see you just staring at the ball. You're not even scanning. Now I don't know how it'll work because of, are we going to be too attacking, right? Have Amrabat overlap, playing the midfield and defend. It's going to be a lot to ask of one dude. So how we set up system, like, it's going to be interesting to see. And honestly, if I was him, I would just go full on attack, because I don't got defenders like that anyway. So I got to score goals.
You just go for
I got to score goals. My midfield. Now, I think a big part of what made Mount effective was the fact that Bruno wasn't there.
Yeah, because they occupy the same spaces.
Right.
They want to do the same things.
We saw the same thing. So that's why I think he was able to be selective with his runs. He played a pretty good ball into Palestri, took an extra touch that he needed to. It's weird. It's weird. I think he has to find that balance. And the Tuesday match was I think an indication of how we can play. That's I think when we were talking about the Burnley game, that was the one pushback I had. I was like, I get the injuries, but I at least have to see some kind of principles for how we attack, right? I can't just, because it looked too similar to Ollie. Just give it to one of the center backs. They hoof it over the top of everybody's defending, and then we just happen to have a runner get on the end of it and score a pretty worldy goal, and we survive for the rest of the match. And so, all that being said, I think the match was a good stepping stone for this team. I really do.
Yeah, I thought I have zero complaints. I thought we played very well, and you even mentioned it with Palestri, for example, where you said, "Oh, he was solid." He was solid. How long have we been waiting for solid, decent from our attacking players? That just goes to show we ain't even asking for much. Do I think Palestri, Garnacho, and Martial were out of this world? No. Do I give any of them 9s, 10s? But none of them were below a 7. And guess what? As a team, if everybody collectively in attack plays a 7 or above, guess what? We looked to, for the first time in a long time, we looked to fret the entire game. I can't remember the last time we've done that, where we look forward, and obviously you're not going to score every time, but we scored 3 goals and genuinely looked dangerous from open play. People. Set pieces, because with Casemiro, I don't know what it is with him and set pieces, but I do know what it is. He attacks the ball very well, and he's very smart because the ball seems to be a magnet. He seems to find the ball a lot in the box. And he's not even like renowned for being aerially like a beast, but he is. But we look genuinely great going forward. But I wouldn't say Martial, Palestri or Garnacho were absolutely 9, 10 out of 10. But like I said, collectively as a team. And that's why I give them and everybody else their plaudits. It was a great team performance overall. I don't think anybody stood out like that. I thought Cass was the best, but we could list through Amrabat, who played well. You know what I'm saying? Mount for the first 45, he was played well. The front three, who I've already mentioned, played well. Hannibal kept the ball ticking. Dalot, Eddie mentioned being a great outlet. Varane and Maguire did what they had to do. Onana made his saves when he had to make his saves. Let me get to these super chats as well. Big up to Daniel. Doncaster Rovers says, apologies if you've already touched on this, but what lineup do you guys want to see tomorrow? GGMU. Obviously, it's likely going to be different from what Ten Hag picks. Oh, yeah, it's going to be different. I'd play the same lineup. They deserve their shot. I'm playing the same lineup because if that lineup performed poorly, me, Eddie, everyone in the chat would have been criticizing them after the game and still criticizing them now. On merit, they deserve to start that next game. Now, if it falls flat and they don't perform well, but you need to give players an incentive to play well that they can get a start. Rashford, Bruno should be on the bench. Everybody should start. Everybody, including Maguire. They should start. Now, if they make mistakes, different conversation. But what happens if they start and then they play well again against Palace? What confidence does that give them going into the Galatasaray game, then going into the Brentford game before the international break? Winning breeds confidence, continuity as well. Play that same team. So that's what I would do. But he's going to bring back Bruno and Rashford, which I think's the wrong decision. But that's just me. What are you saying, Eddie?
Unfortunately, I think you're right. But shout out to Connect, because when it comes to this football, we kind of have the same profile what we want to see on the pitch. Like I'd like to see a Donny appearance. I'd like to see a Palestri appearance. I'd like to see Højlund actually play on one of the wings. See if we can get him into some space, right? See if we can play somebody through the middle, like I think it's only Martial that we have now, right? But imagine if we had Martial up top and you had Rashford and you had Højlund on either side of him, right?
Y'all Rance mentioned that, and that is definitely an idea.
Cool. So yeah, because I'm thinking about it, I'm like, like we've had our conversations about wingers and what Prem wingers need to look like. And it's those two, Højlund is that type of dude.
Yeah, Højlund is that type.
He's technically sound enough to be out there and put the pressure on a fullback and make a mistake. And I think he can play a pass in through to the middle better than Rashford can. And so I would look at that. I would look again. I thought Donny had a little spark. It was nothing, maybe like 15 minutes, but it was just good to see him out there. With the midfield, I just like him to be a bit more ruthless with Bruno. If we're getting nothing from Bruno and you decide that you want to put Mount on, you've seen Mount can hold down that position for you more than Bruno can. Then you might, I don't know, you put in an Evans, right? You put in an Evans to take off the center back spot. Lindelof, fullback, say right or left. I think he has the ability to do either or. Now, with that though, you need to be monitoring the game and understand who he's matched up against. Because if it's against some dude who's not done much, you can survive. But if you got to do like Eze continuously bombing down, I'm not trying to see Lindelof back off until he's in the first row of the stands. Meanwhile, Eze's right in front of goal, right? I'm not trying to see that again. I've seen it one too many times with this dude, right? But I think, we have to be a team that controls games, or at least attempts to control games. We can't just be a team that sits back and allows you to play football. So there's a variety of places I can go, but I think I'm with you. I think what may happen is
Bruno and Rashford are going back into the side.
Yeah, they'll put them back in, but I think he honestly might start Mount and Bruno and then take Mount off at halftime.
You could do that. Like I say, people, if we don't pick the same team and we draw or lose, I'm crashing on the manager.
Yeah, that's on him. It's a terrible decision on his part.
It's crashing. We better win. Otherwise, I'm looking at you. Same way when we played. It was the second game of the, or was it the third game of the season when he played the team twice in a row? Obviously, we beat Wolves, and then did we lose to Spurs? And then it was Forest again. I can't remember anyway, but there's a game earlier in the season where he played the same team in a row. It might have been the second time. It might have been the second time around. It might have been the second game against Spurs. And I said, that's on him. Why play that same team again? But hey, we move. V1, I'm going to get to your super chats as well. Big up, man. I see you dropping super chats. I'm going to get to them. And Daniel, big up for this super chat. You said, I need players to keep the ball and no outputs. No, this don't make make no sense. You need both. Why can't you have both?
No, because I was watching you on Staffy's joint too.
Okay, yeah. Shout out Staffy. Make sure you check that out.
Staffy TV. That was interesting. But the mount support was a shocker. But
why that is? Shiny new toy. When man tried to tell me he's an attacking threat. How? He don't get goals. He don't get.
The cold part was it's like I wish the brothers actually watched the channel because they know it's legit Chelsea fan TV, their second channel, low-key at some points in time.
Facts.
And so all we hear about is how terrible this dude is. But now we have United fans
doing the same thing.
Defense. It was crazy.
Man told me, oh, he's a gopher with 8 open play assists. Oh, that means he's good from set pieces. So we signed James Ward-Prowse. Is that what you're telling me?
That's crazy.
Great ball carrier, like man's Kovacic or De Jong or something. Great ball progressor, like we didn't even get into it. I was just like, all right, cool. All right, okay. But in regards to this V1, back to the super chat, I need players to keep the ball. You need both. Because if you have the players who keep the ball and have no outputs, guess what? You'll get unsuccessful Arsenal sides. They were phenomenal like that. What does Eddie always say when he talks about Arsenal? 1,000 passes for nothing. You know what I'm saying in that?
Yeah, bro.
Just passing the ball for passing the ball's sake.
I think that shit a cone drill. That's what they on. They think we out here doing cone drills and shit. Man.
Where every 10 passes you get a goal. Like
no, that ain't the game, my boy. You better
need both. Up. I say this all the time. You need both. Do you need players who keep the ball well? Yes. But on the flip side, you also have to put the ball in the back of the net. This is why I don't praise either or, because for a Bruno, there's a João Felix, and I use João Felix at Chelsea. I'm saying talented, quality, keeps the ball exceptionally well. How can man put up Timo Werner numbers? What use is that to Chelsea? What use is that to them? Like, I know he's doing better at Barcelona, but that's the point I'm making. You can't just be keeping the ball but giving me nothing from an attacking standpoint.
And it helps to have a fucking beast like Lewandowski in front of you too.
Yeah, I forgot he's playing alongside Lewandowski. Yeah, that helps too. That helps.
It's like I'm a João fan, but trust me, I know the setup, I know the play. Like
that helps.
The Young and some other brothers in midfield too that might be helping them. I don't know.
That might be helping because I've not watched. I don't know people, so that's why I'm not even commenting.
Yeah, he's cooking. But
I heard he's cooking. But we know he can cook.
That's never my issue. It's all about setup. It's all about
the setup, and it's all about producing. Like when they get to the last stages of, because they're in the Champions League. Hopefully their games are on because I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be De Jong, Lewandowski, João Felix. They're like, all right, let's see what you do in this competition. It can't be one or the other. That's why I don't say eye test or stat test. Like the fact that Odegaard only has 15 assists for Arsenal is terrible.
Yeah.
How is that? You need to have more than that. That made me look at Odegaard funny because I rate him as a player, but you got to be producing more than that. 15 assists. And you're around talent. It's not a lack of talent. You should have more than 15. I'm not saying it has to be 100 out of 150 games, but 1-5. Nah.
No, that's yeah.
And to V1 who says, I will play Donny, he keeps the ball well. He's just not in Ten Hag's plans.
Yeah, and that seems like more of a, and now that I think about it, it seemed like it was more Ajax who believed in him than Ten Hag did. Yeah, I can't, the thing is, people, if they play who they want to play, right? We can have all the questions in the world. If you're not seeing a player that you want to see, it's because the manager does not want to play him. I used to think like, there's an appearance fee, there's this, there's that, there's some other ulterior. Nah, look at who he favorites. Look at the type of profile of these players that he favorites. Bruno, Rashford, Antony. What do all three of them have in common? They all just run around a lot.
They all can shift. Yeah.
That's it. They always run around a lot.
And that's what the manager wants when you look at the players he back. Look at the midfielders he's favored. Take Eriksen out of it. He's the exception to the rule.
Right.
You look at Casemiro, you look at Amrabat, you look at Kobe Mainoo, you look at Mount, you look at Bruno. Whether you rate those players, whether you don't, not the conversation we're having. Energetic.
Right.
He likes energy. Hoyland, pace and power, but he's also energetic, can run. Reguilon the same. Like there's a reason he's going for these type of players. Donny's just not. He's just showing it. Just the managers don't favor. That's not his preference. He don't favor his style. Do I rate Donny as a player? Yes, I think Donny's talented. Do I think he'll get a fair shot here? No. Do I think he'll go elsewhere and be some form of a success? Yes, because he's a talented footballer. I don't think he's a bad player. That's how I look at it in regards
we fucked him up, bro. We said the one time you do get out, you got to go play for this dude named Frank Lampard.
Yeah, we sent him to.
We sent him to Frank. We sent that brother from San Quentin to Pelican Bay. If you know what that is, that's one fucked up jail to another fucked up jail.
You motherfuckers be playing in Pelican Bay.
Hey, bro, listen, y'all know that shit is hard because there really are some friends making shoes in Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay. I was saying, you think you can do this to me? You know why I'm laughing? Because I seen the clip when he was on Deezus and Miro, and Miro was was it Deezus? No, it was Miro, and Denzel Washington was the special guest, and he started saying it, and then Denzel was like, "Come on, Denzel Washington," he was doing the thing, innit? He was doing the thing. You can do this to me.
It's a bar.
That is so classic. That is
so classic. The code gotta go up in that steel case, bro.
So classic.
Let me ask you real quick this question about Ibrahim Hassanpour. I hope I got your name right, boss. Yeah, I think he can. I think it can. I think he can be just as effective. But I think the problem for Donny is he's not the passer that Eriksen is. And I think the manager, what he likes about Eriksen is like Eriksen can definitely play that diagonal better than a lot of players in our squad. Donny is more of like a ball to floor player, meaning like he can be the most advanced midfielder, but he's not going to play in the style that I think this manager likes. So I think he can be just as effective as Eriksen. I think he can actually press and run around a bit more than Eriksen does.
Yeah, he's more mobile than Eriksen, 100%. So he can do that. Yeah. Right, like without doubt. Like 100%. And just the V1 who says 100 keep ball over outputs. Like I said, if we keep the ball and there's no output, we just go. That's Van Gaal. Van Gaal, we did that
was tough. That was
and
tough.
we didn't lose, but we rarely run. Go look, there's a list. It was like, I think it was like 12 to 15 games, and we never scored more than one goal in the game. There was 0-0s in there, 1-1, 1-0s, 0-0.
That shit was tough.
It was, and he's the prime example of that. We kept the ball. We went to Anfield. Yeah, we won that game and had like 60% possession. That's never happened.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, no, man, 100, the keep ball, no, it has to be a mix. Sometimes keep the ball, and sometimes this is going to sound so stupid what I'm about to say. Sometimes the smart thing is to give the ball to the opposition. Sometimes that's the smart thing for your game plan. Guess what? If you want to counterattack, you have to give the ball to the opposition. Because sometimes that may be the best way. I used Arsenal again many times, Sir Alex Ferguson. That was our game plan. Give Arsenal the ball, be physical, kick them off the park, and hit them on a counter-attack. That was our game plan. And guess what? Yeah, let them come to Old Trafford. Many times they come to Old Trafford and have 60%, 65%, and we'd win 2-1, 2-0, because it's like, all right, we ain't trying to play football against you, and we just kick them off the park. Everyone knows the infamous game with Gary Neville on Reyes. I'm saying that. Welcome to the Premier League. Him and Phil Neville, absolutely.
That shit was crazy. I don't know the statute of limitations up on that one, my boy.
Dave, for those that haven't seen that, go check that game out. The game is United Arsenal at Old Trafford. Was it? Yeah, it was 2-0. Arsenal were in the blue kit, and I think it was like Reyes' debut. Just go check some of the tackles, people. Like when I say Gary Neville laid into Reyes, like it was a crime,
I look back on the shit that we was pulling. I'm like, hey, Sir Alex had these brothers moving different. I thought Top Boy Sully was grimy. Let me show you early 2000s Roy Keane and my boy Neville over there, bro.
Oh, facts, it was him, Phil Neville, Scholes, Keane, everybody in the team.
Yeah, I'm standing out here breaking his face for the club. It was different. It was different.
It was mad. T.O., I know you rewinded back, so big up. He said, flawless, I completely disagree. What if the whole Manchester United team got allegations against them? You can't just suspend everyone. And this situation is not comparable to the Greenwood situation at all. You missed the point, T.O.
Yeah.
Nobody compared the situation to the Greenwood situation. So I don't know where you got that from. Secondly, you can't suspend everybody. Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't you suspend everyone? What in the rule book said that you cannot suspend everyone? Touch wood, this never happened. I don't wish
not
it.
Even,
but
you know what the cold part is? He wasn't even suspended.
Yeah, he wasn't even suspended. He was on a leave of absence.
He was on a leave of absence. So
you can
do that.
You can put everybody on a leave of absence. Yes.
We are not working in like the realm of, we're an innocent club.
Mm-hmm.
And so we can keep no. We just went through the Greenwood situation, meaning public perception, which leads to how the club is viewed on a worldwide scale, has been affected by the fact that we've had to go through that. I guarantee you this. In all honesty, I do think a bit more grace would have been given to him if the Greenwood situation had never happened.
Yeah. It made it worse because it happened straight afterwards. So yeah, we're not comparing the two. People keep getting it mistaken. If you're confused, me nor Eddie are saying Antony should be suspended. We're not saying he's guilty. Let me repeat that. We are not saying he is guilty. What we are stating is the leave of absence, in my opinion, should have carried on because the investigation is still ongoing. And someone said it in the chat that Ten Hag stated he's going to be having a sit down with Antony and making sure he's in the right mental state. I'm saying protect Antony. This is to protect him.
This is it.
Why open yourself up? You're already, as a Manchester United player, under the microscope and under scrutiny and get criticism.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no stress, fam. Away crowds are going to be even more ruthless. I'm saying, why bring him back? I don't understand that. It don't benefit anybody. He's already in, and even back in footballing aspects, he was performing poorly. Why add more pressure to that? Why put him under even more pressure? You're already a £90 million or £80 million winger for Manchester United. That's all it is. Let's see. Big up V1 for the super chat. Says Bruno Fernandes doesn't do that in his game. You rather Bruno Fernandes keep ball or outputs. He ain't going to change in his game. Back him on. He can do best. So I have to say that again. I don't know what that means. Van Gaal was dead. Football, facts. Mourinho was poor. Also facts. Only allowed players to play. Also facts. And he was poor. But V1, I don't know why you brought up Bruno Fernandes like I rate him. I don't rate Bruno Fernandes. I've said before I want both. This is why I'm V1. You know this. I'm super critical of Bruno Fernandes. Eddie is super critical of Bruno Fernandes. Like, what are we talking here? Like, I don't rate Bruno so highly. I don't even criticize him anymore. That's why I can't even say I'm wrong. I'm not even super critical of him anymore. I understand the level he's at. I know he's not good enough. This is why when he performs poorly, I don't even mention it until someone asks me. Bruno Fernandes is not good enough, so I'm confused why you've used him like I'm a fan of Bruno Fernandes. I've said I want players who do both. Bruno Fernandes is not that. No. If I could sell him tomorrow, I would. Without doubt. But big up for the super chat. That's it. Again, V1 making it wrong, saying he's innocent, he's back in training. No, but stop saying this in regards to saying like we're saying he's guilty. Nobody said he's guilty. I've not said that. I've not said he's guilty. Eddie's not said he's guilty. We're not saying he's guilty. I'm just saying why put him under the microscope. That's all. I think that's a very naive decision. I think so personally, but hey, that's just me. But big up for the super chat, V1. Hey, Jez, hey, you can hate on Fergie time all you want, my guy. Tamasha, who says, should Eriksen even be playing as much as he does? Man's heart gave out just a few years ago. I don't think with everybody fit and available, Eriksen, it does play a lot, and we're seeing that now. I know he was injured and didn't play, but if Amrabat, Casemiro, Mount, Bruno, Kobbie Mainoo, Scott McTominay, Hannibal, that's 7. If all 7 of those are available, he's not really seeing the pitch like that. It took a lot of injuries for him. Look who was missing. Amrabat was missing. Kobbie Mainoo was missing. McTominay was missing. Mount was missing. So 4 of the 7 was missing for him to see pitch. Like, that's what it is. I don't think we have to worry about Eriksen. There'll be games for him, but I don't think we have to worry about Eriksen playing like a regular. And DR said it, when you enter Sarcasm City, pay your taxes by hitting the like button, people.
Hit the like. See, hit people, the like. I'm on stream right now. I'm about to go hit this like right.
Hit the like button. Bump up the likes. You know what I'm saying? Bump up the likes, people. Let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat as well. Yeah, T.O. says, okay, I hear you, but Man United, but I hope he's innocent, because if he's not, it'll be toxic. And this is another thing. Let's say he does hypothetically get found guilty. You've added more fire to the situation because he's playing. Whereas if he's on leave of absence and he gets found guilty, if he gets found not guilty, cool, bring him back. No issues with that. These things are going to happen. Like, unfortunately, it's just a part of the footballing world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm saying help him though. But hey, this is Manchester United.
Like, just keep him out the light, fam. Like, yes. I don't know where some of y'all from. Foz know exactly what I'm finna say. There's a song by early 2000 Lil Wayne called "The Block Is Hot." Right now, the Manchester United block is hot. We don't need any more negative attention.
Facts.
Okay, we don't need it. We're already, we got our fucking necks is up to here in the water, dog. We about to drown in this bitch.
Yes.
That's what it is.
The block's hot. We don't need anybody selling drugs outside.
Nobody. Keep your ass inside. Play some video games, play check, and just don't bring your ass outside.
Facts. That's it.
And that's the thing, T.O. T.O.'s gonna say, not even just rival fans, our fans. Listen.
Yeah, we're gonna
when that Greenwood shit was happening, like, our fans were ahead of everybody else in trying to get this dude taken out. Like, it was getting ugly for Greenwood.
Yeah.
If they see Antony, Antony, I don't even think Antony can be in the stadium like that. I'm being honest, because I think people they're gonna boo.
Yeah, like I said, and he's already gonna get your United player anyway. You're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
There's no evidence for him to not play. Let him play.
We're not worried about that V1, brother. Please. I got love for you, V1, but listen to what we're saying. We are not even talking about the case.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with the case.
We are talking about what the public perception looks like. Imagine you have, again, and they're not comparable, but people will make the comparison. You have Sancho not being allowed to go to anything Manchester United related because he did not say sorry to the manager. And you have Antony fighting a case, or the appearance
He's
of
fighting the case. He's fighting the case. It's ongoing. Investigation. That's what we need to say. The investigation is ongoing.
Doing an investigation, an active investigation. Honestly, both of them are bringing into to question people's character, right? Because that's why Sancho's not in here, because Ten Hag didn't think his character is up to standard with what Manchester United is trying to be at. But you have Antony, whose character is being called into question because he's involved in an investigation regarding domestic abuse. Nobody's saying he's guilty. We don't know the facts. He hasn't been charged. We don't know what the end game of this investigation will be. What we're saying is, as a club, we are not in a position to have players who have that on their jacket around us at this point in time. You're not stripping him of anything.
No.
It's what it is, bro. Like, and to be honest, when he's been out there, what has he given us?
And big up to Corey B, who says possession football is the best football to play at United as long as we can create overloads in all areas of the pitch. Again, Corey B, I hear you. This is preference. Would I prefer Manchester United to play possession-based football and dominate the ball and suffocate teams from an attacking sense? Absolutely. But guess what? The manager's not trying to play that way. The manager's not trying to be ball dominant like that. However, we was against Palace, but like I said, is the manager trying to do it he's not trying to do it in the aesthetically pleasing fashion. I think he is trying to dominate the ball at times, but he's winning the ball back high up the pitch. That's what he's on. Winning the ball up back. It's not about from the goalkeeper, every player takes a touch of the ball and then we tap it in from 6 yards out. We're not looking to play like C. We're not looking to be like C. So to V1 who says over Varane excuse tomorrow, he shouldn't play with no evidence. No, again, if insert name here, if any player, including Varane, goes through what Antony is going through, what Antony's going through, no, he shouldn't play. In my opinion.
Any player has an active investigation against them, they should not play.
Yes. You know what I'm saying?
Like, accusations are one thing, but if they decide to go with the accusation, and again, people, I don't know if you know this as well. Shout out to, I think it was Stephanie and Starlet who put this on. We aren't other clubs.
No other clubs.
We are not like again. Fawn says it all the time. Deserving gets spanked by Moyes and fly under the radar.
Yeah, it does fact.
We get spanked by Moyes. That shit is worldwide news. Every sports channel in the world has it on repeat.
Yes.
So when it comes to something like this, it's the same thing. Shout out to yeah, Man City didn't play Benjamin Mendy.
Yeah, and that's just it was it is. So yes, once you are, that's insert player, and I'm glad Eddie said it. Insert player name here. Any player under any form of active investigation, I don't think he should be playing for his sake. It's for the player's sake. I'm saying you don't need that. Is what I'm saying. You don't need that. That's nothing to do with whether I think you're a good player or you're not. That's besides the point. You could be our best player. You could be our worst player. You could be a youth player. This could be Varane. It could be Casemiro. It could be Hannibal. It could be Dan Gore. Whoever you want to say. It could be the backup goalkeeper, Banyande. Why put yourself in the firing line? Why? Why? Why are you going to somewhere where you know the opposites? That's the better. That's another way to put it. There's a place that you like, all right, I might have to take a weapon to go here. You know what? Just don't go. That's what it is. That's what I would say. Corey says, what are we doing to Sancho is wrong, and that's why I believe him. If this is just because of training, keep Sancho behind for an extra hour or two. What I would say to that is, Corey, is their relationship is just broken down. And we've actually reached a resolution. We've reached a resolution. I'm happy about that. We have reached a resolution in regards to him. Yes. Like, that's it.
We, like, again, they don't like each other. And I tell people, like, it's evident. If I rock with you and you rock with me and we have a disagreement where maybe both of us are wrong, we're going to meet in the middle as grown-ass men and be like, yo, my fault, my bad. We're going to shake on it, keep it pushing. They're going to come to the press conference together, crack some jokes. It's not that big of a deal for us. It's probably a big deal for you. We've seen manager spats and player spats happen before, and they can rebound from it. Yeah, and a lot of times they become stronger because of what that necessarily put their relationship through. Here, when Buddy said, yo, I ain't apologizing to you, that should have let y'all know, oh, he don't rock with you.
Yeah, there's more to it than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
There's more to it.
That's built up. That's you got a couple infractions.
Yeah. And they found it. And just to this Ibrahim who says flawless, I completely agree with you. But Ivan Toney played while having gambling charges. Starlord said it. Stephanie G said it. Eddie pointed it out. There's a difference between playing for Brentford and that going on and playing for Manchester United. That's just what it is. Ivan Toney would have been under so much more scrutiny. Because there's investigations that go on all the time, like it's not so much Premier League, but like if you look through lower leagues and you look at other countries, there'll be investigations for various things of crime, whether it's gambling, whether it's domestic abuse, whether assault, whatever the case may be. But guess what? They don't make the news like it does if you're playing for Manchester United. Antony won't be the first person to be under investigation for this type of thing. He won't be the last. But guess what? Being at Manchester United is a different conversation. It's a different conversation. I'm saying protect him. You're already in piss poor form as it is. You're already under the spotlight, and we just holding him over the fire again. Like when we actually made him take a league of absence, I was like, that's smart. I was like, geez, Manchester United actually made a smart move. I get that. Well, yeah, we move. You know what I'm saying? Big up to him as well. Says keeping up with United. Yeah, man. LOL. Big up for the super chat. Yeah, man. Keeping up at Carrington, man. That's Manchester United.
It's us and the Kardashians. Yeah, at least we don't got a tape out. Goddamn.
Yeah. Thank God for that. But big up for the super chat, him. Appreciate it. And don't forget, if you want to join the membership, good to see so many green usernames in the chat. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment. One surefire way to make sure you get on the channel, plus more. Check out all the perks across all 3 levels as well. Let's bump up these likes because there's still over 100 people in here. And we're only at 47 likes. And hit the subscribe button as well. Let's get us up to 60 likes, people. Let's get up to 60 likes.
70. Y'all can get it.
You know what? You're right. Let's get up to 70 likes and let's hit that subscribe button. Get us to 8,245. asking for 5 more subscribers, and that's included whether if you're watching this back after the live as well. Big up to you, and shout out to everyone listening on
Corey,
audio
that's
platforms.
crazy. Corey, that's crazy. Corey, that's crazy.
Yeah, Corey been wilding, isn't it? Yeah, we just gonna bypass that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just gonna bypass that. Innit? You know what I'm saying? To V1 who says Ten Hag did like him, he allowed him to take time off to sort himself out. I believe at that point he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I believe that, but clearly something is 2 people can get along and then stuff can break down. Guess what? Pogba and Mourinho were cool at one point. Mourinho signed him. That was his guy. There's the picture where, you know what I'm saying, Mourinho squirts the water bottle at the camera and they're both stood like either side of it. Like it's a film or something like that. That was his guy, and we've seen that relationship get frosty over times. So yeah, like Ten Hag did, like you said, V1 did, but there was a breakdown in their communication to the point where Ten Hag was comfortable saying what he said publicly and didn't apologize, and Sancho was happy with what he said and didn't apologize. Yeah. And then Ten Hag said, "I'm banning you from all from the all first team facilities." And Sancho said, "Yeah, well, he hasn't said it publicly, but said, all right, cool." Because if he wasn't cool with it, we know he'd say something. Because he said something previously. You don't care. It's not fussed.
And the coldest part is, what did he say last time he was asked about Sancho? I don't speak on players who aren't in the squad. We would not be here in the fucking first place, my boy, if you said that the first time around. But we move.
Yeah. We move, and it's okay, man. Like I said, we found a resolution. And in regards to it, because man are asking about where was it? I wanted to get to as well. Yeah, John said, with Sancho, do you do a player swap with another club for Sancho and John? Depends on who the player is. If we can get a good player for him, yes, 100%. But we need to in January, we need to move him on, whether that's loan or permanent, and then try and attempt to get a replacement of some sort, even if it's on loan or a permanent. But if we can do a swap deal, cool. But it depends on who the player is.
We gotta do something.
Yeah, because we just got a place missing, and our team is not good enough for us to have bodies missing. We aren't City. You can just go without Cancelo.
Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that, we can't.
We can trade his ass for a left back or a right back or somebody get it done that we actually gonna use. That's the thing. Yeah. Like people, and it's always been my point with him. Like, yo, if we're not gonna play him, sell him. Use the funds, get somebody else.
Use it for a center back.
For a center, exactly, a center back, right? We need a center back now.
Get it for a center back.
That's what I did, man.
Go get a center back of some sort. That's real easy to do. If you could sell him for 30-40 M's and use that 30-40 M's to then go and get a center back.
We got to get at least 50. Hey, bro, we can't listen, we bought the brother for 70. Yo, we cannot get, if they put 40 on the table, we accept that shit. I'm a riot. I swear to God, I'm a riot.
Jeez. Nah, I hear you, fam. You know what I'm saying? I hear that. Hey, let's bump up the likes, though. Still over 100 people in here. Big up, man. You lot are real ones. Hey, Stephanie G, I would wish, but Brentford ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? She said Sancho for Tony. Not happening in a million years, but we can dream.
Yeah, he ain't trying to go to Brentford.
Yeah. Hell of a dream. But yo, somebody, I mentioned Balde from the left back from Barcelona. Yes,
that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hey, Jess, you're gonna get banned. Jess, I'll ban you myself. Keep at it. Keep at it. Nobody needs your deviance in this chat, man.
This guy been trying to sell his trash Spurs players for the longest, for all summer long, all during the season started, and he on the same old nonsense talking about Højbjerg.
I thought we was brothers.
Yeah. Hey, run as Madison. That's what you can do, Jess. How about
there we go? Hey, there it is.
Madison or Adobe.
Straight up, down.
Van der Ven or something. All I'm saying that. Run as
We'll give you Bruno too. We'll give you Bruno too. We'll type in Bruno. We'll give you Bruno. You give us your stadium and kick all your fans out. We'll switch stadiums too. How about that?
We'll just
That's the new OT.
Switch
Goddamn.
stadiums, facts. And you know what we'll do? We'll just tie up the stadium to a truck and just drag it from London to Manchester. That's what we'll
Big
do.
facts.
We'll put
We'll
it on it and just drive it down.
dirty ass pigeon on top of a ping pong ball you got up on the top. We'll kick that shit right off. I'll do it myself. Goddamn.
Facts, man. We'll just put the devil thing on top of it. That's what it is. Let's put the devil thing on it. You know what I'm saying? Put the devil on it.
They're gonna be trying to kill us.
Hey, it's our logo, man. Shout out to United, man. Shout out to United. That's what we gonna do. Hey, Andy MU, man. Big up for the super chat. Appreciate
shout out to Andy, man. Appreciate the
big
love.
up. Andy, if you meant to write a message, let me know and I'll get to it. I don't know if you accidentally clicked a question. Clicked off it before you got to type in your question, but big up for the super chat. And I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to whatever question you wanna ask. Yeah, this guy taking liberties, man. About 2 for 1. Regular
one time. Like, yes, I'm doing my damn self. I told you, I'll do it my damn self. I will do it.
This just guy, yo. This just guy, I'm telling you, out goddamn rageous. Man said Adiemi and Galeno from Porto. I don't know who the Galeno guy is from Porto, so I can't comment. I've only seen Adiemi a handful of times. I know Adiemi. I don't know the second guy though. I don't know Wenderson Galeno. I don't know him, but Adiemi I've seen 100 times.
We gonna go from the Techie Sancho to the Pace and Power Sancho. Them brothers look alike. I don't care what nobody say.
Hey, you know what? I'll take the Pace and Power Sancho. I'm with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. I'm with that. Like, I hear it. 110% I'm with that. I would definitely bring me some Pace and Power.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Yeah, like that's just what it is. But yeah, to V1, I don't know if it'll be a swap, but the point, because someone asked the question, would you swap him? I'm like, yeah, get something for him. I said, Nketiah or Havertz, no. I'm saying I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm saying I'm
only room for one Eddie. There's only room for one Eddie with United.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you look at that. Yeah, exactly that. Like, what are we doing? Hey, Jez, you island with that comment. But let's bump up the likes, man. We're still under 50, man. We're at 49. Hit up the likes as well. Get your final few questions in. We're closing out in the next 5 to 10 minutes. However, people, what we've got coming up, I was going to say tomorrow, today, the content carries on as always with Sarcasm City TV non-stop. So here on the YouTube, Manchester United versus Crystal Palace watch along, 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll go live at 2:40 p.m. UK time, 20 minutes before kickoff. Then following that, we have the Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham Hotspur show. Midnight. Manchester United Chelsea Tottenham Hotspur show. So we'll be recapping the game against Palace, recapping Spurs' game against Liverpool, and obviously the Sunday, and then looking ahead to the West London derby, Fulham versus Chelsea. Obviously Chelsea travel there, and then what we'll be doing, people, watch along on the kick, Canelo Charlo. That watch along will be going down on the kick. Sal Canelo Alvarez versus Charlo, people. So that will be on the kick. I believe it'll be 3 a.m., 4 a.m. time for the main event. So just keep a lookout for that. That's live on the Sarcasm City TV kick. Then we'll recap it straight afterwards. Then the Sunday, we will be live here for the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A at midnight, because there's only one game on Sunday and it's terrible. And that is your weekend, people. That is your weekend. See that all off the top of the dome, remembering the times and the shows that are coming up. And then we go back, people. What's it called? Monday to Sunday. You already know, people. We go back. I'm gonna update the live stream schedule right after this show, people. So yeah, yes. Takori B says, let's go Charlo Canelo. That's over on the kick, Sarcasm City TV kick. And I will be doing some more fan calling shows as well. They will be weekly on the kick, and I'll bring them here occasionally, people. I'll bring them over to the YouTube. I know a lot of you lot want to get on the channel, so I will do that as well. And that's how you see some of the permanent hosts you see on here called into the fan calling shows. Eddie's an example of that. Like, so's Alarm's another one, and then there's a few others who joined the membership, was on Q&As, and then boom, the members Q&As, and then are on the show permanently. Always looking to add to the team here, people. Just gotta be the right fit. DR says, big up Flawless and Eddie for a fire stream. Big up for the super chat, DR.
Appreciate the love, my G.
Love. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I hope everyone has enjoyed the show as well. Anything else you want to add, Eddie? We've not got to any topics you want to speak on that we've not.
We already spoke on the squad we think is going to be out there. I'll just say prediction 1-0 United, because I ain't picking Crystal Palace to beat us in shit. But if it does happen, motherfuckers will get cooked.
Oh, yeah. It's on the manager if he changes the team. And to Andy, oh, this is what you wanted to get to. Big up to you, Andy MU. Says, sorry, we're just going to have you answered, who would you pick for tomorrow and who do you think Ten Hag will pick? We answered the first. So in regards to, I said I picked the same team. However, I think he goes, this is why I think Ten Hag goes with. Onana in goal. I think it's Dalot at right back, Amrabat left back. Does he drop Maguire? Yeah, I think he goes Lindelof, Varane. The midfield, I think he goes Casemiro, Hannibal. No, actually, I think he goes Casemiro, Bruno, Mount. And then I think he goes Pellistri from the right, Rashford from the left, and Højlund up top. That's what I think he does. In regards, like I said, I think you should pick the same team. But I think Lindelof, Bruno, Rashford, Højlund all come back into the team. I think those four play. What are you saying? What do you think he'll go with?
I'm kind of on your vibe. I think it'll be Dalot, Lindelof, Varane. I think we've played that before. I think we've used that lineup before, and I think he goes Amrabat at left back, and then midfield. I think we differ a little bit. I think he'll play Hannibal.
Oh, you think he sticks Hannibal in there?
Yeah, I think he believes in Hannibal. I think he believes in his engine. I think he'll play Hannibal, Bruno, Casemiro, and then the front three. I definitely think he'll put Rashford, Højlund, and I think it'll be Pellistri. I just don't think that he wants to rush Mount back.
Yes.
So I think he'll be a bit more careful with Mount and the fact that we've had other injuries as want to make a bigger problem. That's a good question. Are you is there's no Tottenham Liverpool watch along?
Yes, it's shit. That's what I forgot. Yes, there is. Thank you, John. I'd see that's me listing off the schedule. There's so much I forgot. So yes, Tottenham Liverpool. Wait, did I mention it? No, I didn't. So yes, that'll be live on the Kick, people. So let me just clarify again to get this schedule correct. I am tired, but we move. So tomorrow, well, today, technically now, people, like I said, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, that watch along right here on the YouTube channel start 2:40 p.m. UK time, 20 minutes before kickoff. Then following that, we'll be live on the Sarcasm City TV Kick for the Tottenham versus Liverpool watch along. That's over on the Kick, people. KICK. Download the Kick app for free, sign up for free. Same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same on the Kick. Then following that, we'll be back at midnight back on the YouTube. Right here on the YouTube, we'll be here, should I say, for the Manchester United, Chelsea, Tottenham Hotspur show. So obviously recapping Manchester United's game against Palace, recapping Spurs' game against Liverpool. Obviously, Jez will be here and looking ahead to Chelsea's game against Fulham on Monday with Surfer being here as well. And then following that, which will probably be 3 a.m., 4 a.m., whenever the main event is, Canelo Charlo, that watch along. Canelo Charlo watch along, that'll be back over on the Sarcasm City TV Kick. So you got 2 live streams on the YouTube channel, 2 live streams on the Kick. You know what I'm saying, coming up today, people. So you have 2 watch alongs a piece, Manchester United Chelsea Spurs show, and a boxing watch along / recap. And then Sunday, all you will get, because the Sunday games is no good, is the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A at midnight UK time, people. That's what you will indeed get. But anything you want to add else, Eddie, before we leave the stream?
No, man. Always dope. Always a pleasure. Shout out to the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like. If you're gonna watch this shit on the playback, hit the like again for your boys. And yeah, pull up tomorrow. It's finna be crazy. Hella good games on. So have one tab got the YouTube on, one tab got the Kick on. Whichever one you feel like tapping into, you can tap into. Just keep them both open, and you got options like that, man.
Yeah, you got options. Yeah, because what it is obviously the United game's 3 p.m. Yeah, so like Eddie said, have both tabs open so you can just switch over, because we're going to do the 3 p.m. game here on YouTube. Then that's going to finish, and then the 5:30 kick is Tottenham Liverpool. We just can switch over to the Kick. That simple. And yeah, Andy, I'm used to see you tomorrow. Exciting day of sport. Yeah, man. Looking forward to it. I'm saying big games coming up, and then obviously to end it all, you've got the Canelo Charlo bout, which is going to be a good one as well. Don't forget though, we are available on all audio platforms as well. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and this show, on all the other shows on the channel, apart from watch-alongs are available. So if you want to listen, like I always state, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're driving, while you're at work, you may be on your way to work, you may just be traveling, maybe at the gym, or maybe you just don't want to have the YouTube app open. That's fine, people. So SoundCloud hills with the follow, Spotify, follow us, 5-star us. Make sure you do that. iTunes as well, Apple Podcasts. Make sure you 5-star us and leave us a review. The links for everything I've mentioned are underneath in the description on this live stream and every other live stream on the channel. But make sure you hit the subscribe button here. Go follow the Kick. Go get us over 50 followers on the Kick. But love to everyone that's locked in. This has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.